Now, completely contrary to the title of this video, YouTube is not dying, like at all. In fact, it's probably growing at a rate that's never been before seen on the platform. However, I do feel like there's a growing number of people who are becoming disillusioned with what the website is becoming. Because the thing with YouTube is it's kind of always been known as the anti-social media platform, where every other platform has been focused on hyper-interactivity, if that's even a thing, and a kind of fast-paced style of operation, whereas YouTube is kind of slow in comparison. Even though YouTube has a lot of features that allow people to interact with their viewers, like comments or live chats, I feel like there are two features that completely set YouTube apart from every other social media platform, and that be its layout and the distinct lack of direct messaging. From almost since the inception of the platform, when you browse YouTube, it feels like you're looking into a technologically advanced library, one that's optimized with a slightly dystopian infinite scroll, but nonetheless still a library. And that, combined with the fact that you can't actually personally contact people on YouTube, makes it feel a lot more deliberate on the surface and kind of more akin to a personalized television rather than just being force-fed people's lives that you don't really care about. Obviously, YouTube is not immune to the problems of other social media websites like pointless drama or the fact that it's competing for your attention, but throughout its history, it has just felt kind of different. Almost like the older brother to the other social media websites. But as much as I don't want it to, I feel like that is kind of changing, and along with every other social media platform, YouTube is homogenizing. And I feel like it's all because of shorts. I could say that it's been the flavor of the month, but short form content has kind of been the flavor of the last 5 years. The TikTok formula is just too good. Like, it combines the perfect amount of enjoyment, engagement, short-term satisfaction into one extremely short and digestible piece of content that you literally just cannot stop watching. I'm honestly not sure how I feel about short form content. I mean, on one hand, it's super easy to just pick up and watch when you have literally nothing else to do, like when you're on the train home or whatever. But on the flip side, since it's like such short-term satisfaction, you never really feel good after watching it, especially not after a long period of time. And I feel like a lot of people are starting to realize this. But another thing that I've realized is that short-form content has completely changed the philosophy of YouTube, and it's moved a lot closer in operations to the Instagram or Twitters of the world. Like what I discussed in my Mr. Beast video a couple of months back, YouTube content is becoming very fast-paced and clickable, but completely aside from that, YouTube as a company has been slowly but surely making a lot of decisions that have changed the platform into something a lot more mindless rather than deliberate and active. Just off the top of my head, there are a bunch of features that they've implemented in the last few years that make it way harder to think and way easier to just watch. And those are things like autoplay, increasing the amount of recommendations, increasing the type of recommendations, infinite scroll, and etc, etc. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other stuff that I haven't thought of that they're just doing subconsciously. And I feel like I can speak for a lot of people when I say that now that the site is so easy to browse and so easy to stay on, it's a lot more addicting, and you end up wasting a lot more time on a site that used to be fairly deliberate. And that's not really a good feeling. I feel like what a lot of people would appreciate, or at least people who notice that there's an issue would appreciate, is YouTube going back to its big siblings route and at least making an effort to return the freedom and ability to actually think before you click on the website. And in my mind, what this looks like is adding new options to the settings to be able to toggle things on and off, like Reels or infinite scroll, so it's forced to only recommend a certain amount of videos, or even like adding a new homepage that you can optionally toggle that either gives you search or recommendations and doesn't just feed you videos before you've even decided that you want to watch YouTube. And I say optional because I feel like most of YouTube's audience probably couldn't care less, and introducing these features to be mandatory would kind of like directly undermine their business model. But anyway, as I said, I'm honestly sure that I'm missing a lot of things that they're doing on the subconscious level, but I feel like at least making an effort to return some kind of maturity to the platform would significantly increase viewer satisfaction, which they always say is like their main mission. But yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like the moral of the story is that not thinking bad and thinking good, but only really if you care, which I think I do. Now, coming to think of it, if you agree with like a lot of what I've said and this video gets enough love, I might just make my own Chrome extension that does this to YouTube. That might be a good idea. I feel like there's probably more to say, but I feel like I've said my piece, and if you have anything else to add, comment it down below. And plus, I kind of don't really want to become the guy who just makes social media videos like some kind of culture critic. So yeah, it's probably a good time to end the video. But regardless of all that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a good day. Special thanks to the YouTube algorithm for putting me in your recommended deliberate merch coming soon. Okay, bye.